well offensively tonight.
Ben Smith will be one of the players to watch tonight for South Carolina. 3 goals and 2 assists in the 2 games in Nashville. Ian Powderly was impactful on the score sheet as well. Some of those guys that we are always taking a look at. They're going to be out there again tonight. Leading scorer Cam Mecca leading the Gamecocks with 11 goals on the season. Gamecocks have tonight and tomorrow night against Georgia Tech, and then after that it is off to Clemson, and that'll be it for the regular season. But right now, everybody's attention is on regionals. Gamecocks right now, the 13 seed. ACHA takes the top 10 from that Southern Division. Georgia Tech about a 8 or 9 seed right now. So both these teams are fighting for regionals right now.
Yeah, and we touched on it a little bit in the SEC tournament where that Florida game, the Gamecocks were a 10 seed and needed to win that one and came up a little bit short, but not out of it yet. A little bit of hope left. They do need to win out, and they need to cross their fingers and hope that some other teams lose as well. But yeah, important game for the Gamecocks to stay alive and hope their season stays alive.
Before the game, some words from Alan Surwa. Talked about how it's a desperate team right now. They're in the corner. They got their backs against the wall. And I wasn't entirely sure if that was a good or a bad thing, but Surwa certainly adamant that it was a good thing. When you play desperate, when you got someone in the corner, they've got nothing to lose. They'll do anything it takes to win. So he's hopeful that that will play a positive role in tonight's game. And also the seniors. Alan Surwa has said that the seniors need to be the leaders on and off the ice. The effort from them will trickle down to everyone else on this roster and hopefully come out for them in a 2 points here tonight.
Yeah, seniors definitely need to play a big role. We saw Jake Tingy playing a great game, a couple of games during the SEC tournament, really aggressive, and he's been the leader throughout the season for this team. Him and some of the other seniors need to step up tonight to try and motivate their team and make sure they know that they're still alive.
Zach Lynch is over the flu. He will most likely be tonight's starter, but we will have that confirmed for you just before puck drop here tonight as the Gamecocks take on Georgia Tech. We will come back after a break, and it will be the first period here from Irmo on the Capital City Sports Network. All right, welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. We are just about to get underway here at the Plex, Georgia Tech and South Carolina. Starting in goal tonight for the Gamecocks, Zach Lynch makes his return between the pipes after concussion and some flu-like symptoms. Across from him, Caleb Rudnicki for Georgia Tech. Back to front, they will go with Cale Cernich, Matthew Jones, Kevin Sheridan, Ben Lublin, and Matthew Connolly for the Yellow Jackets. And up front for the Gamecocks, Van Duzen, Jake Tenji, and Cam Mecca up front. On the back end, Brian Soar and Evan Hoey. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Dillon Clark with Zach McKinstry here tonight as the Gamecocks battle the Yellow Jackets in Georgia Tech territory. They'll throw this one up the wall. Soar keeps it in, all the way up in the air. It bounces in behind the Georgia Tech goal. And after it is Cam Mecca, leading goal scorer, 11 goals on the season, 7 assists for 18 points. Hoey holds this one at the point, throws it on net, out into some skates, and they'll play this one back out towards center. Hoey races back for the Gamecocks. He is pressured there by Sheridan. Behind the goal, he watches Hoey dump off now to Jake Tenji. Just 30 seconds played in this first period. Pass by Tenji, just too far for Mecca. He can't beat out the icing, and we will have our first stoppage of play here with 19:18 to go in the first period.
A good start for South Carolina, keeping the high puck possession early on. Very important offensively. What key to the game for them is to remember quality over quantity. They had 67 shots on goal against Florida in that SEC tournament, but a lot of them were right at the keeper, right into the chest. So try to find that open shot and score the good goal.
This one into the slot, knocked away there by Brian Soar. Following on now is Jake Tenji. He'll try to bring that to the skates, and Soar still twirls with it and throws it off the boards in behind his goaltender. Van Duzen back off the dasher. Soar's got it again. Drops off to Van Duzen, but a loose puck ends up in the slot. Now it's going to be a chance for the Jackets. Near side, they'll work it back down low. This time, off the stick there, Rankin. Underneath, try to work it out in front, just past the stick of Rankin there, and Van Duzen picks it up for South Carolina. Rest of the Gamecocks will go for a change. Van Duzen brings it on by himself, poked off his stick there, and Rankin's got it again for the Jackets. Rankin pokes this one ahead. Gamecocks D-to-D, hops over the stick of Duncan Hickman. Back in to get it. Hickman plays it off the boards, away from the pressuring Brandon Holt. Far side, Nick Peters battling through a foot injury. Took a long slapper off the boot there in the first game of the SEC tournament. He is playing tonight. Alex Siegfried brings this one on a blocker save there, up into the corner by Caleb Rudnicki. Out on the puck retrieval. Gamecocks have it below the goal line, turned over there. Jackets use the glass to get this one out as far as Duncan Hickman. Hickman walks the point, throws this one into some skates, and the Jackets have it again. Stretch pass there, almost. Just between the legs there of Connolly, and diving out, a save by Lynch. Still the puck is loose, no whistle is called, picked up there by Murray. The Jackets beat out the icing, and Lynch sprawls out to make a big pad save. And back the other way come the Gamecocks. Murray drags it in, and top of the circles, loses his skates out from under him. Back the other way comes Georgia Tech. They'll chip this one out and ahead. Game's starting to open up now. Out through center. In the slot, this one away from Duncan Hickman. Into the corner, the Jackets will go after it. Gamecocks will pressure here. Nick Pizzo after it. Nick Peters in after it as well. Out off some skates. The Gamecocks have it in their own territory. Dave Murray motors on through center. He's got Nick Pizzo on his right wing. Murray in the slot, loses it, tries to drag it in towards the slot again, but this one comes away and up off the glass, out at center. Blake Drummond plays this one into Georgia Tech territory. Drummond, one of the 6 defensemen dressing tonight for South Carolina. The 13th forward is Alex Siegfried, rotating in on the lower lines. Loose puck in front, gonna be a chance. Off a skate, and the rebound just too far off the stick of Jacob Rankin. Again, played back into South Carolina territory. Smothering the Gamecocks are the Yellow Jackets in the early stages of this game. Just under 17 minutes to go in the first frame. Centering pass again knocked away. This time off the stick of Blake Drummond, and he will bring this one up and field a pass from Nick Pizzo. Tries to play it to himself off the boards. Gamecocks have it just on the south side of that blue line. Backhanded in. Ian Powderly steps onto the ice for the first time tonight. Powderly out with Hawkinson. And on the wing will be Luke Rudman. Out of the near side corner, Georgia Tech works it. And some Gamecocks collide with each other. And they'll bring this one on with speed. In over the line and offsides. Just a little too anxious there, Brandon Holt. They'll bring this one back in just outside the Gamecock zone with 16:25 to go in period 1.
Yeah, big play on the start of that sequence there, Dillon. With that puck sprawling out in front with Zach Lynch. And that hesitation is a goalie's nightmare right there. The hesitation in between. And so he went for it, pulled back, and then dove for that puck. And eventually that puck just was sat out in front, but no goal.
Gamecocks work this one back in. A couple of players crash into the boards there. And after it this time is Matt Owen. He scored his first goal of his Gamecock career in Nashville. He's back on the ice tonight. Hoey First defensive pairing back on it for South Carolina. Soar in friendly territory. He's got some unfriendly faces staring him down, though. Wraps this one around to Luke Rudman. In after it, Evan Hoey. Puck pops all the way up in the air, and Hoey's going to get it for South Carolina. Hoey shoots one. He scores! Evan Hoey out of nowhere wrists one past the goaltender, and the Gamecocks go to a 1-0 lead here. 15:51 to go in the first. What a shot by Hoey.
Yeah, Hoey just trying to put that one on net and snuck by that right blocker, and great shot there by Hoey, going on an angle that didn't look like it had a lot of room there, but somehow puck found its way into the net.
The sneaky shot there by Evan Hoey. Goal number 3 on the season for Hoey. He scored 1 in the tournament. It was an absolute clapper from the point. This time Hoey elects to go with the wrist shot from the just inside the hash marks there. And that's such a difficult spot there for the goaltender, Rudnicki. Over the pad, under the glove, to the stick side, or under the blocker, I should say, on that stick side. And it's 1-0 South Carolina. A centering pass there, never got to its intended target in Holt, and Peter's going to bring it on for South Carolina. Alan Serwat talked about not playing from behind. The Gamecocks get out in front early in this hockey game. That's about as close to the game plan as you can stick for Alan Serwat's Gamecocks. Underneath, they'll work at Leon for Georgia Tech. Out again, Holt's got it, but he can't field it properly. Hawkins is going to have to contend with him there, and this will trickle back into Georgia Tech territory, off some gloves. Hickman wrists this one back in. Chopped there by Hickman, ends up off the dasher, and they will one-touch this one back in on the far side of the red line. Yes, indeed, an icing call. 15:11 to go in the first. This will go all the way back into Georgia Tech territory.
And a good recovery defensively for the Gamecocks there at the start of that sequence. A defensive zone turnover, which are deadly and has really cost South Carolina in recent games. But good recovery to block that pass and then move the puck up ice.
Georgia Tech dealing with some injuries and some graduations here. We talked a little bit about that. A real quick shot there by Mecca off the outside of the cage. I guess we'll get back to those injuries and graduations. Meanwhile, Van Dusen has it. Tenji picks up out of the corner. Hickman plays it off a skate, again off the boards, and Tenji just loses it there. Brilliant play as he began to round that circle there. Tenji knocks a man down, and he gets in after the puck. Jake Tenji, a senior. Only a handful of games left to play in a Gamecock uniform. He's going to make the most out of every one. Here's a chance for Tenji. Shot by Van Dusen, a big save there, and again, the rebound swatted away. Big chance there. The net is off. They're going to let him play on here. Water bottle's been knocked off. A stick is loose there, and again, collision on the near side ends up now in South Carolina territory. Hickman spins away from a check of Leon, and finally, they will whistle this one down. That play continued for a good while after that net was knocked off, and now Rudnicki's going to have to contend with some equipment issues right here.
Yeah, what a play there by Jake Tenji setting up that shot. Lost the puck, but immediately went back after it and stole it, went behind the goal there, and nice little drop pass to set up an open shot. Good save by Georgia Tech goalie, and we should have a face-off. They're going to put it in the neutral zone.
Jake Tenji, if he is on the ice, there is a good bet that he's going to be the hardest working guy out there, regardless of team. Off the face-off, Dave Murray out there with Alex Siegfried rotating in with Zach Weeks on this fourth line. Fourth line in air quotes. Alan Serwat says there is no true fourth line. The bottom 6 guys get a lot of time, regardless of which line they're on. As Georgia Tech's going to move it ahead now, and offsides, almost a golden opportunity there with Matthew Connolly breaking towards the net. Just a hair offsides. First line, Sheridan and Connolly on with Lublin again here for Georgia Tech.
Connolly not happy. That was a real close offsides. Connolly tried to put that back skate right on that blue line, let the puck cross over first, but whistled offside.
Off the draw, it comes back. Soar's going to have to contend here with Sheridan. He'll wrap it around the boards, and Connolly in after it. They'll work it back under the point, chip back in. Loose it'll roll in that face-off circle. And they've got it now, turning and trying to send one in through center there for Ben Lublin. And again, it comes behind the goal. Evan Hoey in after it, can't hang on to it. The lone goal scorer right now in this hockey game, Evan Hoey. Soar just going to push this puck out to safety and not go to the bench. Soar's got to recognize that opportunity there on the near side for Sheridan. Soar back after him. Sheridan goes down after a light touch there by Soar. Soar out off the glass, and a bouncing puck swatted out and kept in the zone there by the Jackets. Yellow Jackets control in the neutral zone, twirling away from Brian Soar now. They'll move it on ahead. Sheridan, one touch pass, and out they come again. Connolly, inside, outside. Let's go back to the outside. A centering pass off the outside of the frame. Dave Murray's gonna have to get that loose puck, and another save there by Zach Lynch. Puck played again to Murray. Bouncing puck up off some skates into the crowd here, and recycled back into play. Is he gonna keep it? Nope. That's a good fan right there. Back into play there. Pucks ain't cheap. 13:15 to go in the first period. 1-0 Gamecocks.
Yeah, almost a nice catch there in the bleachers, but dropped that Odell like one hand. Couldn't quite get it.
He stuck his foot out. I've never seen Odell do that one. That's probably why he catches it, because he doesn't stick his foot out. Anyway, 13 to go here. Drummond's going to wrist this one in behind the goaltender, Caleb Rudnicki. Georgia Tech in their road whites. Gamecocks still in these garnet uniforms as they wait for the new whites for them. This puck popping back around and wristed out towards center ice. Picked up there by Oakley and rifled right back in. Tyler Oakley had a couple of key assists in the tournament for himself. Played some crucial minutes on the back end as he has seen increased roll time. Larger opportunities here for the Gamecock rookie. Cross-ice pass. That one had some smoke on it. Dillon Jacob couldn't handle the Rudman pass. And now it comes back in. Jacob's going to have to pick it up. He's got some room here. Got some open ice. 3-on-2 for the Gamecocks developing here. Jacob shakes off a check here, and Rudman's got it again. Rudman cutting in, top of the circle. Lets it go, and this one ends up in the corner. Dillon Jacob after for the Gamecocks. All the way back up in the air. Back again, Tyler Oakley. Oakley facing pressure here. Out off the boards, pops into the slot. And a neutral zone chance here. Some collision there, and a penalty as Blake Drummond touches that one up. Our first call of the game. Looks like it will put the Gamecocks short-handed here with 12:08 to go in the first 20.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about is discipline, and not the best start being in the penalty box this early on. Big penalty kill coming here up 1-0.
Well, we talked about it. We talk about it every game. If there's one thing we come back to more often than anything else, it's penalties. Guys play hard. Coach Alan Serwa talked about, there's a line between playing physical and playing reckless. The Gamecocks have often erred on the side of reckless.
Yeah, they do a little bit of both, though.
Especially in the last semester here. Racing after that puck is Weeks. Finally skating away from him, and Weeks is still in after it. Zach Weeks only playing a handful of games here, battling through some injuries. He's on the ice to kill this crucial first penalty for South Carolina. They'll walk it out wide. Watch there by Blake Drummond below the goal line, and just dodging a big check there by Evan Hoey. Chipped out, and again, Weeks gets it out towards center. Racing after this one is Pizzo. Short-handed senior Nick Pizzo, almost a shot there, got to the net. Underneath, they will try to work it. Pizzo watched by Lublin. Pizzo, one of the 4 Gamecock seniors here. Was 5 before the break, but Nards-Licko graduated. Tenji and Duncan Hickman among the other seniors. Pizzo and Drummond the other 2. Rotating now on the power play, Georgia Tech. Yellow Jackets turning shot, redirected, they score. Shot taken there by Matthew Jones, redirects off Ben Lublin. It's a power play goal. With 11:15 to go in the first period, Georgia Tech's tied it up at 1.
Yeah, too many bodies in white sweaters out in front of Lynch there. And not enough Gamecocks down low in front of that crease. Left the man right in front of Lynch and a good redirection into the net.
Well, that's a great shot opportunity here. Anytime you see the power plays working against the Gamecocks, they'll bring it out, they kind of curl back in right around the face-off dot. And Georgia did it a lot. The UGA Georgia, not Georgia Tech, they got that deflection and so many chances. That steep angle shot, they aim for the sticks. This time it goes in off a skate. And the Yellow Jackets have tied this game up here. Gamecocks still in after in the offensive zone. Delayed penalty again. And a hooking call. Cam Mike is going to head to the box. And 11 seconds after a power play goal for Georgia Tech, Mecca's going to head back to the box here. And the Gamecocks will have another one to deal with.
There you go. It all comes back to discipline. And you couldn't kill the first penalty, so you wanted to give them an opportunity to kill the second. I guess that's what it was.
Always redemption time here in South Carolina. Again, as we said, both teams clawing for a spot at regionals. Georgia Tech a little bit less desperate than the Gamecocks here, as they have a seed actually in the tournament cutoff range. Gamecocks sit at 13th now. They need this win if they want to head to regionals in, I believe, Huntsville. That'll be coming up the next few weeks. But keeping our attention towards tonight, Duncan Hickman's got it short-handed for the Gamecocks. He's going to wrap this one around, and a skipper there out off the boards escapes Brandon Holt and rolls back in gently against Berg. Berg brings it out on the power play, going to curl back in. After the spin cycle here, he's watched there by Van Dusen, going to bring it ahead now. Jake Tenji comes up, nice pull up there out of the skate there. Schuler goes on the regroup to Michael Leon, and now up through center. Fresh bodies on. Minute 15 to go on the power play. It is a hooking call that has Cam Mecca in the penalty box. Again, still they work it. Jake Tenji works it out to Nick Peters. Pops off the stick and now wristed all the way back down. Peters clears it out off the stick of Matthew Jones. And the Gamecocks will have reinforcements from the bench. Final minute of the penalty to Cam Mecca. 9:50 to go in period 1. Again, they bring it 4 men strong with 1 trailer. Drummond sees this one go out wide. They're working back down low again. Hoey's gonna have to get in after it. Hoey out again on the clear. And that'll take more time off this Gamecock penalty. Hoey playing top pair tonight with Brian Soar. Soar getting the assist on Hoey's goal. This one out off a stick and comes right back to Evan Hoey again. He lifts this one all the way back up. Beautiful sauce out towards center. Will take us down to about 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. It only took 1 real good opportunity for Georgia Tech on that first power play. They've had none so far. But again, all it takes is 1. They'll bring this one back in and right back out. Recycle this one is Evan Hoey. Now off a glove, picked up by Rudman. He's got Pizzo towards the net. Rudman gonna shoot one. Save made there. The rebound loose in front. Rudman went back in after it. Final seconds tick off the Mecca penalty. Box door swings open. Mecca back off to the Gamecock bench. Bump pass out in the neutral zone. Bring it on now, Georgia Tech. Connolly cuts towards the outside again. Watched there by Evan Hoey. Takes some contact. Matthew Connolly still with it for the Yellow Jackets here. Brought out again. Connolly breaks towards the net. A pass intended for him. Swatted down by Hoey. Chip out over the blue line. And the Jackets will recycle this one again. Past Evan Hoey. He's been on for a while now. Hoey got to be tired. Blake Drummond on for a while as well. Outlet pass picked up by Matt Owen. Loses it there, and now through the blue line come the Jackets. After the turnover, Matt Owen has it again. Chips this one in on the back end. Luke Rudman in after it. Spinning off the Rudman check is Schuler. They'll go back down below. Schuler's got it again. Schuler to the near side. It's Holt. Holt has Drummond to contend with. Still on the ice. Blake Drummond. Nick Peters on in exchange for Evan Hoey. Out again on that breakout pass. Here come the Jackets. Forced out of the corner there by Nick Peters. Got some mobility there on that left foot. Peters looking okay so far. Chipped in again. Peters still with it. Peters just gonna wave at this one, and he still got it though. Nick Peters, one hand on the stick, had that puck for a moment. It'll pinball off some guys in the slot. Chipped all the way back out. Duncan Hickman on the ice now. 7.5 to go in the first. They'll go D to D. Kind of D to D. Nick Pizzo rather. Filling in on that slot chance. Peters in on the forecheck for the Gamecocks. Hawkinson brings this one in off a skate. And again, after some bobbling there, 4 Georgia Tech players on that far side of the ice. They'll bring it again. With speed this time. In through the slot. Poked off a stick there by Nick Pizzo. They'll pick it up and move it ahead. Ian Powderly with Pizzo and Hawkinson. Powderly shoots one off a stick up into the netting. And a stoppage here with 7:11 to go.
Yeah, better defense for South Carolina since they let up that power play goal by Georgia Tech. Stronger inside. Clearing the puck out of the defensive zone, which is something they've struggled to do all season. And it's leading to offensive chances, a couple chances on the other end, and of course the shorthanded opportunity there on the power play.
7:11 to go in the period. This game, although it started on a delay, moving much quicker than any of the last few games that the Gamecocks have been a part of. Losers of 4 straight. 3-7-0 in the second semester. As this puck drifts back in on Zach Lynch. Puts the paddle down and lays it out there for Brian Soar, who goes off the boards, expecting Dave Murray to pick it up. Murray curls, dangerous pass there through the slot in his own zone, and again another dangerous pass by Soar. Doesn't quite connect there with Zach Weeks. Breakout pass off the boards, picked up by Lublin, redirected back up in the air. Lublin still after it. And back on the ice now, Ben Smith. 5 points in the tournament for Ben Smith. Gonna try to get some more here. Dave Murray tries to stick handle away from the checking there of Teddy Lambert. Lambert takes a hit there from Murray. Murray out of the corner, dumped there onto his side there. Nice hit there and through center. Broken up there by Brian Soar. Taken down one of the Jackets, getting back to his feet now Sheridan. Meanwhile, Hoey moves this one off the boards. One touch there by Jake Tenji. Ben Smith backhands. This is all the way up for Dave Murray. Icing waved off. And the Yellow Jackets pick this one up only briefly. Dave Murray still battling for it. Murray taken down there on a delayed penalty, touched up by the Jackets. Matthew Jones gonna head to the box here on a call for cross-checking. There we go. Had to wait there for a second. Matthew Jones on the cross-check. The Gamecocks will have their first power play of the night with 5:59 to go in period 1.
Led to the chance on the other end, and Murray draws the penalty, and now South Carolina on the power play.
Matthew Jones, 22 penalty minutes on the season. Now he's up to 24. Brian Soar out at the point for South Carolina. Wristing one in, loose puck picked up off the tip. Tyler Oakley pinching in. Van Dusen gonna fill in for him. They'll move it back down low. Oakley now moves in front of the goal. Van Dusen goes down. Soar right at that blue line. Lets one go. Redirected. Loose puck bouncing in front, and still it's loose. Just popping through the goal mount there. Might have been touched by Jake Tenji. Tenji after. Oakley still below the goal line. Now Mecca with Soar at the point. Mecca turns up, shoots one. A nice save there again by the goaltender Rudnicki. Out they'll move it into the Yellow Jacket bench. Whistle here with 1:26 to go on the penalty. And another faceoff will come in the Georgia Tech zone.
Fans chanting for Brian Soar to shoot that puck when he had the chance up top on the point. Good shot there, a good save by the Georgia Tech goalie, and good chances on this power play.
Coach Serwas said they got to get chances in through the screen. Too many times you see on the power play they're working it back out to the point and take a shot with no one in front. Unless you got a wicked wrister or a clapper, you're not going to beat the goaltender with that. Not at this level of play. You got to get someone in his eyes and get a deflection to get that puck past the goaltender, especially against Caleb Rudnicki. 10 wins on the season, 2 shutouts to his credit. A minute 10 to go on the power play. Gamecocks finally work it back out. Out on the backhand, they'll move it back again and take it down. Another delayed penalty. Georgia Tech touches it up. They'll go down by 2 men here. A minute 3 with 5:02 to go in the first period. The Gamecocks will have an abbreviated 5-on-3.
Yeah, big chance for South Carolina here to regain their lead. We've seen a lot of 5-on-3 opportunities, and in the Florida game, their last game they played, they had the 5-on-3 opportunity to open up the second period, and that was not the one they wanted, Dillon. I believe it was 2 goals shorthanded by Florida on that 5-on-3, so chance to avenge themselves here.
Kale Cernich in the box. They'll move it back down low. Murray shoots one out off a leg. Rebound off the boards picked up by Pizzo. Worked free. Pizzo battles for it. Short-handed. They're right for one all the way ahead. Swatted down by the stick there of Nick Peters. Cernich and Jones, the defenseman, who started this game for Georgia Tech, now in the box. Peters motors on through. Lets one go. That one catches the glass in behind Rudnicki. Out again. Duncan Hickman moves it to Dave Murray. Murray walks in. Shoots one, and a big glove save there. Caleb Rudnicki gets the leather on it and a face-off. 30 to go on the 5-on-3, 4:29 to go in the period.
Yeah, and good puck movement in the offensive zone on this power play. They're moving the puck efficiently and creating chances for themselves. Good shot there by Murray, but a better save by the Georgia Tech goalie, Rudnicki.
Yellow Jackets giving the Gamecocks all kinds of room out at the point area. Don't really have much choice when you're down by 2 men. Bumped off the puck there. They'll work after it again. Ben Smith digs for it. Cam Mecca, rather. They'll work it free again. Oakley back down low, drops it off. Now Mecca throws one on goal, picks up the rebound off a skate, tries to turn one on goal, and he can't do it. Mecca with Van Dusen and Tenji. Soar back for Mecca. Right around in front, and a jam play couldn't be capitalized on there by Jake Tenji. Kept in though. Oakley back down for Mecca. Got Tenji in front. Bringing it down and loose again in front. Backhander by Van Dusen, gloved and not held. Loose still by Van Dusen. A diving play. Sees this puck into the corner. 5-on-3 over. We've got another penalty here. We'll see who it's against. Mad dash in front of the Georgia Tech net. Someone's going to go for a cross check. We'll wait to see who this penalty is going to go against here. We'll see if it goes 4-on-4 for 51 seconds. And another man going to the box for Georgia Tech. 5-on-3. Jacob Rankin going to go sit for a cross check. Again, a 5-on-3 for South Carolina, and another opportunity to capitalize and go out to a 1-goal lead.
Well, how did Rudnicki keep those out? That was an impressive sequence of shots there by South Carolina on the first the backhand, and it brought Rudnicki up, and he was standing up, and another shot down low, but puck stays out of the net, and the game remains 1-1.
Off the draw, Murray back for Soar. Murray gets it back. They'll work it back down low again, right around in front. Gamecocks really favoring that slot pass from down low. Jackets won't let him have it though. Brian Soar off the feed from his goaltender. 32 to go on the 5-on-3. Hawkinson has to settle down a bouncing puck as he brings it over the stripe. Hawkinson down low again. They'll work it back up to Soar or Murray. Dave Murray down low again. Chance in front. They score! Bang, bang, play right in front. It's a power play goal. The Gamecocks go up 2-1 here.
Well, you said it, Dillon, that slot pass they've been using this entire power play, and that nice backdoor cut there by...
Looks like Corey Hawkinson.
Looks like Corey Hawkinson. And a nice little slot pass across across the crease, and a nice finish there by Hawkinson to make this game 2-1.
It happens so quickly, and it's happened so often without working, that little slot pass that I almost didn't expect it to work there. Took a little bit of a gamble there. Couldn't see the, I think we saw it before the official did. Beautiful tap in there. If it is Corey Hawkinson, it is goal number 6 on the season. Absolutely, Corey Hawkinson with Powderly and Smith on the assists. It is a power play goal. The Gamecocks go ahead here 2-1 with 3 minutes to go in the period. Still a power play though, a minute 12 to go on it. Gamecocks work it back into offensive territory. Ben Smith battling hard for that puck. Hawkinson and Powderly still on. Oakley and Soar watch from the point. Hawkinson has Smith coming after it. Bodied off the puck there, out of some skates. Hawkinson still has that defender to contend with. Work it free to Hawkinson, back out Soar, can't hang on to that puck. They'll have to regroup. Watch closely there by Matthew Connolly. Out again, Hawkinson with 43 to go on the power play. Oakley, a dangerous passer intercepted by Sheridan. And Sheridan taking attacks in front of the Gamecock bench by Oakley. Sheridan lost a stick. Oakley kicks it free. Soar moves it ahead. It'll be a 3-on-2 here on the power play for the Gamecocks. Powderly pulls up. Someone lost a mouth guard out at center ice. Oakley going to shoot this one. Tipped in front. Save made there by Rudnicki. Loose puck taken all the way back down. 17 to go on the man advantage. They'll bring it back out and ahead. Final 10. Picked up on the near side there. It is Matt Owen. Owen working his way back down low. That'll do it on the man advantage. Gamecocks so far 1 for 3 on the power play here in period number 1. Final 2 minutes of it. Working out of the corner now. Chance in front off a stick, maybe the outside of the cage there. And the Jackals will pick this one up, out off the boards. Georgia Tech out through center, tries to get away from Blake Drummond. On sides, they still work at it. Lublin pressured by Drummond. Out around it comes Matt Owen, gonna take some contact there from Berg. Around again, Georgia Tech back out to the point here. Long shot, never got to the net, it bounces into the corner. Hoey after for South Carolina, chipped all the way up, out off a glove and held in just a few feet over the line, and Hoey comes in like a wrecking ball. A bulldozer there by Hoey. There's a chance for Rudman. All alone, Luke Rudman tries to curl it around to the forehand, and he hit the outside of the cage. A follow-up chance there by Owen. Chipped down into the glass here. Final minute of the period, back the other way. Gonna be a chance for Tech. Holt pulls up, shoots one out off a stick, and that ends up in a corner. Popped out off a stick. Beautiful opportunity for Brandon Holt, looking for goal number 8. As just at the other end, a few seconds earlier, Luke Rudman almost puts his team up by 3. 53.5 to go in the first.
What a save by Rudnicki right there. Staying patient, coming out of the crease, and slowly moving backwards, not guessing or jumping that shot, and eventually makes a pad save up against the post over there, and a great save by Rudnicki.
Save made there by Lynch, right on. Final seconds here. Peters out off the glass and caught a station awkwardly. Hickman, fortunately for them, able to body. Oh man, puck chipped out by Hickman. Mecca laid the body on it. Now Hickman gets involved. 38 to go in the first frame here. Hickman and Mecca throwing their weight around here. Hickman retreats back to the point. Mecca in on the forecheck for the Gamecocks. Georgia Tech rotates this one out. They'll go cross ice. Peters touches it up. Icing waved off here. Peters, watch closely. He'll throw this one up to Jake Tenji. Captain Tenji will roll this one all the way back up to the near side. Pucked all the way back up. A popper there goes off the boards and picked up again by Tenji. And they will kill the final seconds here in the neutral zone of the first period. Van Duzen, one last first period try, cutting to the net there. Chance in front, loose there. Big save by Rudnicki. May not have even gotten to the net there. Looked like time was going to expire before another golden chance, but the Gamecocks get one more off. They will head back into the locker room with a 2-1 lead and all kinds of momentum here in a crucial game if regionals are to remain on the table. That is the score as it stands. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be the first intermission report on the Capital City Sports Network presented by SGTV.